Okay, time to talk about morning routines and evening routines. These two things pretty much set you up for success day in, day in, day in, day out, week after week, and everything. So they're kind of intertwined because, usually with the nightly routine, you're setting yourself up for success the next day. Morning routine, you're kind of setting yourself up for success that day and everything. So, for instance, we'll go kind of through the week and everything. So, for instance, with me, morning routine, I'm one of those people that's up at the crack of stupid and everything to get stuff done. I work my work schedule 7:30 to 4, so now I could get stuff done after work and everything, like my workouts, and I could get in outside for walks. I can get set up for the next day or after work. I usually chunk in a big time before work, getting things like my workout done, so that way when I get to work I know it's done. So that's why I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning. So we'll start with a Sunday night with the nightly routine. So what you want to do is for your nightly routine, kind of getting in a sense of setting yourself up for success for the week and everything. So following an Athlete Next program, like the AX1 program, you're usually working out 4 or 5 days a week and everything. So you can fit it in the work week perfectly and everything. So Sunday night, what you do is you set up your gym bag with the clothes and your shampoo and soap and stuff, and towel and stuff and clothes. So that way you can go to the gym first thing in the morning and take a shower right afterwards, and you basically got your gym bag all set up. So all you have to do is grab and go. It's the same thing with your food. This is why you want to do food prep. For me, it's usually Saturdays when I get that stuff done. So that way, the Sunday night, I'm also getting all my food all squared away. So that way, all I have to do is basically throw it in my cooler, and then grab and go in the morning. And the nightly routine, also, you kind of want to do is in a sense be able to shut yourself off and have that time to kind of okay, it's the end of the day, it's time to chill. You can do things like reading. I do that in the morning, but what I do at night is before I go to bed is journaling. Also, the great thing to talk about is taking care of your teeth and everything. You brush your teeth me at the end of the night after dinner and everything. That's another thing. Use brush teeth, use mouthwash. Kind of the part of the nightly routine to kind of okay, it's the end of the night. Getting in that mindset, time to shut down, time to get ready for bed. So that way I can get to bed and not have a million things running in my mind. That's where the journaling comes in. I consider okay, how did my day go, and okay, what am I looking forward to, what's on the agenda for tomorrow type of deal. So that way I go to bed and I'm pretty much all ready to go. So when I get up with the morning routine, having a morning routine to kind of get yourself in the flow of things. Now I'm someone there are people that say chug water first thing in the morning, so that way you're not getting behind on hydration. Me, I'm someone who drinks enough water throughout the day that I can kind of get away with that. So I'm pretty much the exception to the rule. So for most people, getting that water first thing in the morning, when you first wake up, getting chugging some water, make sure you're hydrated and everything, and that's great. So now, with having everything set up the night before, another thing is getting your pre-workout, your post-workout shake, and everything set up. So that way, for instance, I do have a home gym, so when I do train at home, I do set that stuff up so that way I can literally when I get up in the morning, it's right there, so in my fridge, so I can drink it and then go right into my gym and everything. But if you're someone who works at a commercial gym, you have those set up so that way you can just throw it in your cooler and stuff. Yeah, so you grab your gym bag, you grab your cooler, you put your cooler and your food and your pre-workout, your post-workout shake and everything to grab it and go. So what I do for a morning routine is I get up, I get I'm kind of walking, turn on all the lights, and of course my cats are oh hey look, you're up and everything. So then they kind of lead the way, and I turn on the lights. I get a morning cup of coffee. So a first half hour, 45 minutes, I'm having a cup of coffee, I'm reading, I have like I'm into using tarot decks and stuff, like so I do like 3-card pull, and like basically that first half hour, 45 minutes is kind of like, okay, I'm up, all right, let's go, kind of getting the, in a sense, the train is in the station, and you need to start building momentum. That first half hour, 45 minutes, at least for me, is kind of like getting that like engine for the train up and running, and then leaving the station. So, and then for me, it either depends on like if I'm training at home or if I'm actually going into town to go to the actual commercial gym, the Planet Fitness that I go to. Yeah, I know Planet Fitness gets like a bad rap and everything. It's cheap, it works for me. The one I go to in town is actually pretty good. They don't do the bagel and pizza shit. They like the only time I've ever heard them use the lunk alarm was on like a Friday night, like to indicate, hey, look, we're closing down pretty soon. So I've lucked out with that and everything. So it depends on like if I'm staying home and training, or if I'm going to the gym, because like at Planet Fitness, they do have more cardio equipment than I do. So that's why I still keep it and still go there and everything. So when I'm training at home, as soon as I'm done that morning routine, I'll go over to the fridge, pull out like pre-workouts, and then like sit there and start drinking that, and like I'll like sit there and probably watch like a YouTube video, catch up on like a YouTube video while I'm doing that. And like also like I do have like a pedal machine, which isn't too intense, that does kind of help like a quick warm up and everything. And I'm kind of like finishing whatever video for like a good 5 minutes or so. Then I'm ramping into like my routine, workout routine. So like and then that usually takes about like 45 minutes or so. And then like the rest, like it's probably like from 3 to like 5:30, I'm getting all that done. So then like I usually have some time to like maybe get in like some walking or whatever. And of course, being dark, I end up just walking around my trailer and everything for like half hour or whatever. Then or on days I do go to like the gym, the Planet Fitness, to do cardio. It takes like takes 20 minutes to get there. So like after like my 30-45 minutes of getting up and getting ready to go, I'll grab like my gym bag, and I'll grab my like pre-workout, my post-workout shake. I'll get some extra water in like a water bottle or whatever. Get on my way to the gym, and I'm drinking my pre-workout on the way there, and then I do cardio there, and then when I come back, it's pretty much like in a sense like a post-workout routine, or like I'm having like a breakfast, like and like, I get anything like this these videos or any posting or whatever done, and then like it's pretty much time to get to work and everything. So in the first 4.5, in the first 4 hours of the day, I've already gotten like my workout and like posting and stuff done, and so I'm already ahead of the game. So that's why I like doing that and everything. Now you can push your workout to like after work. So then of course I go to work like Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4, and so then when I get back at like 4 o'clock, I'm making it a point of getting outside for like a half-hour walk and everything, because like in my paperwork for my physical, like it mentioned like vitamin D deficiency. So like I'm like sitting there like, okay, well that makes sense. It's when I did the blood work, it's winter. I've been spending most of the time inside anyway. I haven't been outside, and but I have been taking like a vitamin D supplement, like 5,000 IU. So seeing that, okay, I start doubling up, like, and then doing like the post-work walk and everything to make a point of getting outside. Then I have dinner, and then for like a good half hour, what I do is again like set yourself up for the next day, getting gym bag ready, getting like any food that you need to do ready. So like for instance, like lately I've been making like tuna fish sandwiches and everything, so for lunch. So like do something like that to get that all set up and everything, and put those in the fridge. So that way, again, when you next morning, all you have to do is basically grab and go, and you're off on your way. And then about like 6 o'clock, like 5:45, 6 o'clock, I have like a good half hour where I just kind of like I do have a game on my phone that I play. So I was like, okay, it's time to like kind of like use that to kind of unwind. Here we go. And then again, brush my teeth, journal, and like after getting myself all set up for the next day. So having that nightly routine of getting yourself set up for the next day will roll in Monday through Friday, and then Saturday still up at the crack of stupid on the weekends, even though I necessarily don't have to. I do that to keep my sleep schedule the same, because sleep is probably like one of the most important things for recovery. It helps aid in your training and everything. So I get up on Saturdays at like the crack of stupid. Still same kind of morning routine. Spend like that first half hour, 45 minutes, kind of like, all right, Saturday, here we go. All right, what's on the agenda? Okay, I got the cooking, cleaning, as I'm sitting there reading tarot cards, coffee, getting the kind of like the train up and ready and out of the station and rolling. Then it's pretty much, okay, I gotta do all my cooking, I gotta do all my cleaning, I gotta do my food prep, run errands, and so then through the course of the day, usually by the afternoon, like by 12 o'clock, I'm pretty much done everything. That's the great thing about being up at the crack of stupid, is that you're done everything so much early. But of course, it's kind of arbitrary. So you might be working second shift, so getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning wouldn't be necessary, but you would still kind of follow the same routine. It would just be, instead of getting started at like 3 a.m. like I do, you may be getting started at 8 a.m. working second shift. And of course, yeah, you're still getting done later, but you're still getting your stuff done and everything. So then it's Saturday, everything done. Like for me, with noon, I have the afternoon to maybe get outside for a walk, maybe sit down, play like a Final Fantasy 14, have that like a few hours where I was like, okay, I'm all set up for the week, everything's done, here we go. And then Sunday is pretty much like the chill day, where like for me, I work out like 5-6 days a week. So like the built strength program I'm doing right now is 4 lifting days. I do add a couple cardio days to kind of help maintain that. So I start my workout on Sunday. Sunday morning, do the same like morning routine as like a Monday through Friday with like workouts and stuff. Then by like 6 o'clock and everything, like 6:30, I'm getting like out for a walk, and then it's like and then by the time I get back from like 8:30 or so, Sunday being chill day is the main day where, hey, look, I'm just got everything all done for the week. Now you had that Sunday to kind of like sit back and relax, and so I end up playing Final Fantasy 14 for 2 or 3 hours with my brother and everything. So then the rest of the day is just kind of like and then of course Sunday night, having the same nightly routine to set myself up for the next week and everything. So having a good morning and nightly routine pretty much will, I don't want to necessarily guarantee, but like you're going to have like a very high rate of success if you continue to do that every day and everything. So having a good morning and a good nightly routine, I would say, is a must if you want to be successful at whatever you get after.